When you look at Melbourne, put yourself in the defence shoes, right? You've got look up and you've got Munster, Hughes, Pappenhausen at the back, Harry Grant at 9. So where's it going to go and how do we stop this? You focus on Munster, then Hughes gets you. You focus on Hughes, then Munster gets you. If you contain the sevens and you double team the sevens, Harry Grant gets time and space in the middle and freedom to play however he likes. And you could see in that second half he started running more, Harry, and then they were just gaining so many metres that then for when he ran, the defence compresses, and then you've got Munster, Hughes, and Hughes had a field day in that second half. Munster took care of action in the first. As this season goes on, they are going to be the clear favourites. There's no doubt about that. They flexed their muscles this week and showed why they are and what they can do when they're at their best. They had that hiccup and they've bounced back from the week before against the Dragons, which they didn't have Jerome in. And I do believe that I did say that if Jerome played, I'll go Melbourne. So who'd you tip?
Can I do the one thing I think brings them back to the pack a little bit? Wet weather. When they hit a dry track, they're just way too fast.
It's funny you say that because in 2010, when the Roosters, when we made the grand final and made that run into the final, we were a dry track team. We had, Jake Friendly had a dummy half. We had Pearce and Toddy was on fire, and then we had Miniot, and then at fullback I was on the left edge playing like a 5'8" in the back row. And every time it was dry, we just won. But what happens with that? And it's a great point that you make, that psychologically that's in your head. So whenever it was wet, we struggled because we didn't throw the ball around as much. We weren't as effective. Teams could, their speed of the line was better. We just couldn't test our hand like we were. Our style of play wasn't as effective when it was wet. Melbourne have a similar style in that regard. They're a much better team. But the reason I tell this story is we got to the grand final and we played against the Dragons, and we were all over in the first half. Some bad calls from the ref. We should have been 20-0 up, right? And I think it was Morris put his foot over the sideline. They didn't pull that up. Then Gaz scored the next play. We still had a decent lead at half-time. We go into half-time and we hear the rain. So it starts raining at half-time. And I looked around the dressing room and there was a different vibe. And we got out there, and we just couldn't play as good as what we could or execute the way we wanted to in wet conditions. It cost us a grand final. If it doesn't rain at half-time, I believe we beat the Dragons that year. So it's a good point that you make. It can really impact a team, and heading into the final series or a grand final, if it does rain and you've got a poor record in those conditions, it's in your mind. You can't get it out. Mind you, they've got some players in their side that could be future, I don't know, immortals, but greats if they're not now. So they've got to have a strong mindset, and they've played in big games and origins and all that, but it plays a factor.